Is Kari Lake going to be able to win her Senate seat in Arizona? We're going to be talking about that today. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video with On Point Politics. Make sure to hit the like button and to subscribe if you want more content just like this. And so looking at my Senate map, which was almost near perfection predictions, except for Wisconsin, that's going to be my only incorrect prediction if Kari Lake pulls it out of Arizona, where there's about still 14% of the ballots left to report. She's only down by 33K in the state of Arizona. She's down in Maricopa by just a little under 3% or a little over 3% as of right now in Maricopa County. There's still a lot of ballots left to report out of Yuma, out of Yavapai County, out of Gila. There's pretty much nothing left. Graham, pretty much everything's in. And Cashapp County, there's still a lot of ballots left to report. And this is what's going to give her the fight in the race, as well as some of the counting in Pima and Santa Cruz. You know, Arizona usually counts their mail-ins first, so usually the initial dumps tend to be better for Democrats. However, now the ballots were not good enough for Gallego to basically go ahead and run away with this race. And so we see a very tight race right now with 84% in the state of Arizona as of right now. And looking at an election model that we actually used this for all the states on election night when I was with Valuetainment, this is what I was using to help basically make good objective state calls in, the presidential election. And when using this model created by Dustin the Now, you can see all of the reporting for all the counties are here. We see the reported vote total, the current results of each candidate as of right now. We see Gallego's just ahead by 1.2%. His odds in the model of winning are 78% to Lake's 22%. But in order for us to forecast the race for either candidate, they have to be above 99.5% in that scenario. So this race is technically too close to call. And we see here the odds haven't really changed from both time updates here. You can see from 12:30 a.m. from when we initialized the model, and from 10:15 a.m. when there was supposedly a new ballot update. The odds have not changed for the candidate as of right now. And we can actually see, when looking at some of the modeled results for the expected totals, as of right now, using my prediction, which has Kari Lake winning, and certain other modeling, which is your standard deviation and other things, the expected result is her winning by 1.5 points. Now, is that an overestimation in the expected model? Yes, that is more than likely going to be an overestimation, but this is a sign that she's in this fight 100%. She does actually have a shot at winning this Senate seat, and we're going to need some more data to come out of some of these counties. And when you look at the final, she's not even winning Maricopa at all, believe it or not. She's only losing it by like 2.6% as of right now. We also see in a place like La Paz County, she has to win it by roughly about 50% in order to get that margin, give or take. And there's still a lot of ballots remaining out of, that county. So that's also going to help her net some votes as well. So we're just waiting for some of these ballots to come out, but roughly right now, she is in a really good spot to win the Senate seat. Now, again, is Gallego technically the favorite? Yes, because he's in the lead, but since this race is going to be really close, the model cannot call it. But we wanted to build this to give people an update as to where the race was. Gallego is still ahead. Either candidate can lose by 120 something K or win by 150 something. That's roughly, give or take, what it is. Whoever wins is essentially going to probably end up winning by roughly, give or take, 120K votes or less. So that's going to be the margin. And the thing with Gallego is that if all the outstanding ballots are essentially outstanding, then unfortunately for him, we really don't know what's going to end up happening, because if we see here, his best case scenario is win by 120K and all the outstanding ballots are Republican leaning for the most part, it's basically impossible for him to get this best case scenario. Meanwhile, it is possible for Kari Lake to get her best case scenario. And we can see right now, all of these counties are basically all of them are pretty much set for the odds to win. And then it seems like in terms of Ruben Gallego's chance to win Maricopa, it's at 99.9%. So more than likely, all the counties that are filled out like this are probably going to stay the same, but the margins are what's going to change in some of these counties. We see right now, he's just roughly ahead by 1.1 in the modeling right now. That's kind of what we're seeing as of right now. I don't know why this was not changed, because here it actually shows us that it shows it as 1.1. We even modeled in the third party candidate here to kind of show this in, but we see right now that in the state of Arizona, she's still in this fight. 82% of the ballots are still reporting. It actually says about 85 here on Decision Desk. But again, guys, she's still in this fight. She can very well win this race. She can bring up the Senate majority to another seat for Republicans, and it's going to be really good for the GOP if they can get this seat. And as well as for Kari Lake, I mean, she narrowly lost her race back in 2022 for governor of Arizona against Katie Hobbs, which there's a lot of questions about that race and if whether or not it was a legitimate race, because right now Katie Hobbs was the Secretary of State, which is responsible for basically counting all the ballots in her own race. So it was a little bit interesting to kind of see that take place there. So we are waiting for some results out of this race right now, but she is still in the fight to win this 100%. At this point, I would probably end up calling the race for Dave McCormick right now, just because, you know, the AP already called it. And so at that point, it's kind of like, okay, at that point, if the AP has already called that race, we might as well just go ahead and certify that race for that particular candidate. And so we're currently waiting for a few extra results out of Arizona. But to end off the video, she is still 100% in this battle for the Senate. If you guys did enjoy this update, make sure to hit the like button and to subscribe. If you want more content just like this, we will revisit the results over time, and we'll see you guys very, very soon.